Hi, my name is Mpatli, an absolute lover of health and wellness with a deep passion for decoding the science behind it and sharing it. And today, we'll be unpacking one of my favorite value-added life products, Prozen. I'm very excited to be chatting to Ryan today.
Wonderful, thanks. It's great to be here, Mpatli.
Absolutely. I'd really want us to unpack this and start right from the bottom, the root causes, stress.
Yeah, so let's maybe look at stress in the modern world today, which is I don't know how else to say it, but an epidemic of stress.
Yeah.
You know, there's so many of us that are suffering from chronic stress. You know, we got this underlying worry living in South Africa, our safety, the safety of our kids, schoolwork, exams, the pressure to achieve in sport, work, university, studying, and we've never had these multiple pressures at the same time, never more than we have now in these days. And then contributing to that is those spikes in, you know, where you get acute stress, where your body goes into a serious fight or flight, you know, nervous for exams, worried about performing this, worried about that, and worried about what the Joneses think. It's all contributing to this chronic situation where we got it over too long a period and then it ends up manifesting in disease. So I think we want to really look at our nutrition and then ways we can support those acute phases as well, so we can maintain an even keel and actually deal with it effectively over a long period of time that becomes sustainable. So 90% of the stress and anxiety products on the market are addictive, firstly. It's the last thing we want is an addictive substance in our bodies, if we can possibly help it. And the next thing is they can cause all sorts of neurological damages and emotional problems because the power of those pharmaceutical drugs. So we want to try and avoid those. And in nature, what are those products? In Japan, they consume a lot of green tea.
Yes.
And we looked at this, what's in that green tea? What's making them relaxed and comfortable over time? They're living longer than anyone. There's more centenarians there than anywhere else. You know, you've heard them speak of the blue zones.
Yes.
And one of the key things that the Japanese do that we don't is their consumption of green tea on a regular basis and in fairly large quantities.
Sure.
There's a product in the green tea called L-theanine, which you can see you can see that in most stress and anxiety products on the market. But with Prozen, we looked at a patented extract of that called Suntheanine. The reason they patented it is because it was such a unique way of extracting it that extracts a pure form of L-theanine without all the other additives that are coming with it in a sort of a normal extract process. So it works quicker, faster, and within 20 minutes, it's super effective and puts you on an even keel.
And talk to me about the non-addictiveness of it. How does that come about?
Most natural products aren't inherently addictive. So as soon as you synthesize it and you overstimulate a pathway in the brain or whatever, you start looking at potentially creating an addictive substance. But this is really just green tea, or green tea on steroids, I like to say.
There we go.
So,
And in addition to dealing with stress, what are some of the other benefits that one might experience from taking Prozen?
So firstly, let's look at what Prozen's doing really. So the amazing thing about green tea and Prozen is it's not just making you drowsy, it's not sedating you in any way at all. It's actually putting your brain into an alpha state. Okay, so an alpha state, when your brain's sitting in alpha state, that's your perfect state of alertness and calmness. They call it the flow state, or being on point, or being in the zone. It lowers your cortisol levels. Cortisol is your stress hormone, so it naturally does all this in the background. So it's really a formidable product that can help people to avoid those acute phases of stress that causes anxiety and that sets them off on a disruption to their normal lives.
Yes, and I mean, I've used it myself, and I like to think of it of caffeine without the jitters, but I know it could also help with the jitters. So I'd really like for you to talk to us about some of the jitters that are caused by caffeine or coffee.
Wonderful. What it does, and I'll use this myself as an example. If I drink more than 3 coffees, I start getting jittery. I don't know about you, but I get almost palpitating in my heart and I feel very jittery with my hands, and I don't focus as well as I should. And with my ADD, I'm all over the place.
It defeats the purpose.
Exactly. If I'm looking at my computer, I've got the story where you got multiple tabs open. I'm not finishing anything. I'm just attacking multiple things. Prozen can really help with that. So people that do drink a lot of caffeine, after that 3rd coffee, I've found myself every time you take Prozen, 20 minutes later, the jitters are gone. You go straight back into that alpha state, and it really levels you out. So it brings you back to a level where you not tired, because caffeine masks the tiredness.
Yeah.
It gives you that boost, but you still have that effect, but you go into the alpha state. And partly, maybe you can give us a little bit of a story about what Prozen's done for you and why you use it, because I know you said in the beginning that you use it. So let's lead with that a bit and see where that takes us.
I do use it myself, so I context switch a lot. I'm in corporate, but I'm also an actuarial student, and I've got some work on the side as well. I enjoy content creation, all of that stuff, but each of those requires me to be quite focused. So I take Prozen to help me calm down, focus on the exact task at hand, to make sure that I really give it that undivided attention.
Wow, that's incredible. I mean, actuarial science is something that scares most of us because of the amount of learning that you'd have to do to get through a degree like that. So you find that you feel that alpha state. You feel that you can concentrate better.
Especially when I'm learning. So I use it prior to my studying and then before every exam as well, just to make sure that I'm in that super calm, relaxed state, but not too calm to fall asleep while I'm studying. So it gives just the right balance.
That's amazing. So that's exactly that. It's not just for studying. It's not just for exams. It's actually for both. It's whenever you want to be in that alert yet relaxed state. Prozen could be a way to sort of enhance that and teach you to do it quickly and get into the zone. Yeah. So it's not only for relaxing and sleeping, which it's brilliant for, but it helps you get into that zone.
In addition to taking Prozen, I also try to keep quite active. I run, I'm in the gym. So I really want to understand the impact that it could have when you've got that lifestyle balance alongside Prozen as well.
At the end of the day, you want to get this in from nature. You want to deal with those stresses naturally. You want to use things like exercise as incredible stress relief. But things that are overlooked sometimes are community, having conversations, talking about your feelings and your problems openly, and then laughing. You know, your braai on the Sunday afternoon with the family and laughing is
jokes.
Absolutely is wonderful. That you don't realize how great that is for you. That's where your serotonin comes in, where you start feeling better, where you get lower those cortisol levels. We don't realize it, but this is important for your health. You have to look after yourself, and you've got the Prozen to help you with those acute phases. And that's really what we've developed the product for. All these acute phases in life that we're not getting over spiked and then not being able to bring ourselves down in a meaningful way. Prozen is there for that.
It's quite interesting to learn about all the wonderful benefits of Suntheanine. Have there been any formal studies done on it?
Partly yes, and this is quite unique. In Japan, they actually did clinical trials on Suntheanine, and obviously being the consumer of the green tea, and that's where it initiated. And super successful. Everything we spoke about now, it verifies that. In fact, the safety profile is so good that the FDA in the United States, and they don't like natural products typically, they've given it GRAS status. That's literally how safe the profile is of this product. There's no side effects to it. It's absolutely natural. It's just an enhanced form of what you get out of green tea naturally. And it works so quickly and effectively, as you've seen yourself.
Amazing. Ryan, thank you so much. It's been another insightful chat.
Absolute pleasure.
Yeah, so if you're going to do it, you have to do it organically and naturally. And if you want to learn more about Prozen, feel free to check it out on our website at valueaddedlife.com. Thank you.